Hello, everyone. This is Black Princess. I hope everything is going good for you guys. I will be discussing a lot with Black women who are fake swirlers and divestors. I am going to address them in this video. So I'm going to wait for people to come in. So and then we'll get started. Okay, I am going to go ahead and get started on this video. Today, I'm going to have to talk to Black women because there were YouTube videos I used to be subscribing to. And I was on board with them at one time. I understood what they were going through because, as Black women we go through a lot, especially when it comes to relationships, especially when it comes to relationship with our own people. However, when you start to reiterate the talking points, how, you know, black man is this and black man is that, it starts to become a problem because you're no longer focusing on yourself. You are still focusing on what these men are doing. And that is not divesting. Divesting means is that you're getting away from the mindset of the people that are around you. You're changing, a whole brand new you, and you're not looking back. It's too many of us are looking back because you can tell black men all day that they're not providers. They they don't take care of their families. They all they do is leave black women behind when they have children and or and all sorts of things. Hi, Brila. But when when are we going to learn that black men know that they ain't shit? They know that they don't take care of their children. They don't give a shit. So why are we still going on? So why are we still making up these channels and still talking about black men how they ain't shit? There's a lot of men out there that is not shit. But as black women, we need to stay away from these talking points. These are fake swirlers. They're when these women keep talking about black men too much, black men are still on their minds. Black men are on their minds 24/7. This is no different from the black manosphere. It's just that they're women. And it begins to be too much. And it's just like a headache. It's like, okay, you want black women to divest and date other races of men, but you still have black men on your mind. if you run, why aren't you telling black women how to divest instead of telling them to divest? Why aren't we teaching black women how to divest? Because talking about black men all day is not going to help our situations prove, because there is, when black women still talk about black men, there is still bitterness inside them. They are still bitter about something. When I started off on my channel, as as a way to help, black women, open up their options in dating other races of men. Yes, I would talk about black men, you know, on a day-to-day basis, but I'm starting to switch up my content because it ain't doing nothing for my followers and it's not doing anything for me. And when I was on Miss Elite's channel, I had to stop and think about, what I was talking to, because she let some of these, hobo black ministry on her channel, and sometimes I get into it with them and iterate, the same talking points as, other women on this YouTube. And I have to stop and think for a moment and say, okay, so I'm sitting here and I'm telling these men they ain't shit and whatnot. These men know they ain't shit. They just don't care. So why even talk about, men that do not care about what they do, in their life, because they don't care. So why would I care, if they take care of their children or not? I Also, I always thought divestment to put yourself first and date the rainbow and do not be loyal to any race when it comes to date. Yeah, but there's black women that are not truly divested. They're saying that they're just divested, but they still have black men in their mouths. I noticed they seem super white male identified or still low key in love with black men. They can't escape the shackles. Exactly, and that's exactly what I am talking about. It's just like the black ministry when they talk about black women in their weaves, in our hair and our makeup and whatnot. Why, if you're truly, midtown, you're going on your way, why are you still talking about black women? That doesn't make sense. If you don't date black women, why are you talking about them? It's the same thing with black women. If we are truly divested and we're dating outside our race, why are we still talking about black men? It doesn't make any sense. I'm not longer claiming divested, and I am the free spirit care young black woman who dated the rainbow. But I am not race loyal to any race of men. You cannot put men on a pedestal. That's dangerous. Exactly. That is very dangerous. You don't put no man on this pedestal. Like some of these, these spoilers, they, you know, they do put other races of men. I'm thinking about this right now after, I finished reading your comment, Rila. They do put other races of men, on a pedestal, just like black men do. And that is dangerous and that is unhealthy for the black woman. Because as black women, we should see guys all the same until they can prove otherwise. Yes, they seem super ultra male identified, sis. Yes, all they do is crack jokes and block most of them. Laugh out loud, I don't follow black men channel. I block most of them. Exactly. And they come over here on my channel too and try to start shit, and I just block them because I don't have time. This is not a black male's channel. This is a black woman and non-black men channel. I encourage black women to open up their options and don't settle, because there's too many women that are settling. Go for whoever is attracted to you. Exactly. But these black women are still harping on black men. They still talk about them. And we need to stop that, because, these men know that they ain't shit. They just don't care. And there are black women out there, that saying that they don't talk to black women that have black sons. But what about the black woman that has biracial sons and they act just like the black men that they claim to hate? Yes, I only follow your channel and other content creators. That's it. Thank you, Rila. I appreciate you, Rila. Thank you. Yeah, think about it. Think about it. If you see biracial men that have black mothers and they still think of like the black men that that's on this manosphere, it has to do with the mindset of the mother, because the mother, even though she dated outside or procreate outside of her race, she still has the same mindset as the pygmishas and everybody else in in Blackistan that they complain about. Their mindset has not changed. I have black sons. They are harsh judgments here. Yeah, you know, because they say that black they say that when your mother's black, your children are black. So when you procreate with non-black men, are you saying that your boy is black? So let me get this straight here. So you won't talk to a black woman that has a full black son, but you only talk to black women that has a a biracial son, and you call him black. Like, make it make sense, sis. Make it make sense. You can't sit there and say that you won't talk to a black woman that has a full, you know, blown black son, but you calling your son that's biracial black. And he's acting just like the men that you guys are complaining about. There are too many decent men out there, regardless of color. Exactly. You know, they're getting divestment confused here. When you are divesting, you're staying away from men that has a childish mindset, or has like a mindset, or has a defeated mindset. Anybody, whether it's a woman or a man, whatever. You're It doesn't matter what race they are. If they have a dysfunctional mindset, you should stay away from that. Yes, do not be race loyal to any race of men at all. These women cannot understand, cannot understand at all. Yes, yeah, they cannot understand that. They cannot understand that, and this is why their minds are still stuck on black men, but they're not helping black women. How to get non-black men. They're not teaching black women, you know, how to dress, how you should wear your make if you want to wear makeup, how you should put on your makeup, how you should do your hair, how should you act when you're on the street. I don't hear any of that. All I hear is black man, black man, black man. Either you're gonna date interracially or you're not. Because all I hear is black men. Black men know there ain't shit. They just don't care. Um, Brila Low, Char, black man. Yeah, yeah. You see, you know, I'm Latino, or well, Afro Latino, but I have a different mindset. Exactly. We all, everybody on my channel that subscribed to my channel that identifies, just how I identify, this channel is for you guys. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you. This is why I created this channel, because I want black women to be, I want to uplift black women. Sorry, you guys. That's my siblings. Acting a fool. But these are black men oh excuse me, black women that are still stuck in Blackistan. They say that, they don't like Blackistan and they're trying to get out of that mindset, but they're still there. They're just they're just you they're just talking about black men, how black men talk about black women, and I don't have time for that. You know I don't have time for that. My direction that I'm going with this channel, I'm trying to get black women to understand that, you know you don't have to limit your options to black men. You can date. There's a lot of men in this sea. Hold on, give me 1 second. Sorry, you guys. I was stuck on an important. It was something important that I had to, look at, but we resolved it. But my channel is for you, okay? I want black women to open up their options and divest. But first, here's what I want you guys to do in the year 2020. Divest, date, and then marry, because you can't say that you moved on from the black community and then your mind is still there. You moved out of the community, but your mind is still there. You still act like you're still in the community, and you wonder why non-black men cannot take you seriously because you're still thinking and talking about black men. Yeah, I moved on from the community a long time ago. Thank God, that was a blessing. Yes, I moved on from the community as well and not interested in those conversations. Exactly. Rila, exactly. There's a much larger world out there. There is a much larger world out there. And black women, I want you to travel more. You know, if broke black men are able to travel, and I'm telling you this, if broke dusty black men are out there and they're able to travel to Latin America and all these countries, I want you to do the same. I want you to go out there because your husband could be anywhere in this world. He could be anywhere because I look at videos and black women are happily married to men that do not look like them. And that's a true story. Most of the major financial channels I sub are are white men. No drama that's just focused on finances. Exactly. Finances is good. It's good. Could you share what men and other non-black men are very open on dating black women? I will do that. I will do that. I will do that. I am on an interracial dating site, and mostly white men, Jewish, and other Asian men respond to me. That is good, but make sure that these men are not on some shit, okay? Excuse my language, but make sure that these men say what they saying and that they are not on this website trying to, fuck with your mind. Stay what did the prophetess Deborah Cooper usually say? Vet all men. Vet them. Vet all men. Don't just go by because you can be talking to somebody behind the screen, and if they can meet you somewhere. Okay, let me start this all over again. If you really like this person and you want to meet them somewhere where there's a lot of people, where a lot of people can witness. If this guy is like, if something is off about him, or don't go somewhere where there's no witnesses, because if something happens to you, you want to make sure there are witnesses. So go to a place where there are witnesses. Okay, I know, because you seem like a smart woman. So you can't go on and to another relationship still have black men on your brain. It just don't work that way. If you still have black men on your brain and you claim to be a swirler, then you might as well jump back into the community, because you can't keep black men out your mouths. I can't stand women talk about black men, black men, black men, black men, and you talking about you're divesting, you're swirling, you're trying to get out. Stop talking about black men and start talking about your experience. If you're with a black man, talk to women about your experience, because these women are subscribed to your channel for a reason. They are subscribed because they see that you're in an interracial relationship, and they are wondering what is it like. And these women, it's all about their channel circling around black men, and it does not make sense. You might as well, be a part of the ministry, because let me tell you a story. And I say, a lot of stories, but the reason why I tell you the story, because it goes what I'm about to say right now. So there was this black woman. She was on this, online Fox channel. I forgot what it is, but what the name of it was. But she's talking about, she used to, date interracially, and And she used to date this white man, and she said it didn't work out, and so she went back to a black man, and she said that that's all she's gonna date. I hear black women that say that they dated other races of men and they didn't like it. It didn't work out for them, which is fine, because you know, not everything is not for everybody. But the reason they only date that one person. They did not explore their options. They did not explore their options of different men. They just date one white man and it didn't work for them, so they went to black men. You have to re black women, like, it doesn't make sense how you can say that you tried something when you really didn't. You just date that one man. Okay, he wasn't for you. Okay, just because you try to date interracially, not every, not every man is gonna be attracted to you. You have to keep on going. She just dated that one white man and she said, "Oh, I'm going back to the black community." It doesn't work like that. There are non-black men that have the same interest in you and you guys can have something in common. Um there are decent black men out there, but it's a very small number. Yeah, it is. One was with an Italian man in a gated community for 10 years. She felt she couldn't be too black. Well, you have to be yourself. You can't help but be yourself, but don't act too, how can I say, ghetto, like you just came from out the community, because most black white well most non-white sorry non-black guys do not know how to react to a black woman that just came out the hood and she still have the black and stand mindset. He doesn't want to be with a woman that is too out there, that has that street mentality. you know he because when you have that street mentality and you acting like you're trash and all that stuff, a man does not want you. Okay, he's not going to want you because you still have that mindset to where you still have that excuse me, blackistan mindset, and it's not going to work out because he doesn't want to deal with that. I think 5 to 10 years, those who are claiming to divest are going to end up with black men. Diamond, they they not about the life of dating outside. Yes, they're going. That's usually what happens. You know, when they talk about black men too much. Yeah, many that claim they are divested do so to spite black men. There are black women that are out there. They do that to spite black men. They do that. Um, they they not about divestment. They believe in done becoming a black male trauma bonding group with who worship white men profusely. Yeah, and I don't worship men. I tell you on this channel, I tell black women all the time, do not worship men. It does not work out for you, because when you do that, you're gonna set yourself up to be with a man that is no good for you. And I'm trying to tell black women that you have to know a difference when a guy likes you and when he fetishizes you. Because you can tell when a guy fetishizes you when he's not focusing on how you react to him, how he's not you're not he's when he's I'm trying to get the words out. He's not, trying to find interest in you. All he all he wants is to, have, he's trying to get something out of you. Whatever he wants out of you, that's what he's trying to get, which is, I'm going to say it out there, sex. But let me tell you, black women, I know this is going to sound odd, but Those type of men, you can control a man that has a fetish for you. You can manipulate men like that because you know all they think about is your skin complexion, what kind of features you have, that turns them on. So those are the kind of men you can manipulate, but once you done manipulating, you gotta toss them to the side. Okay, don't have sex with them. Do not have sex with them. Get what you can out of them and just toss them aside because they can't benefit you in the long run. Because anyways, back to black women, they done become a pick me for non-black men. I noticed they don't realize it. Exactly. They're no different from the pick me's that want black men to pick them. Riala is I'm from Southern USA. I asked because I'm trying to gorge where many of these bad men are. Many of them sound like bummy East Coasters. Girl, you got a whole world. Like the United States doesn't evolve around one state, okay? I'm in the West Coast, okay? If I want to go out and get attention from men, I can do that with no problem. I don't have to limit myself to, California. Oh yeah, there's some creepy, crappy guys out here too. But what the black women in this world community are not telling you is that they're not telling you that there are in non-black men and the race of other black non-black men, there are ain't shit men too. You like they're not telling you that. Yeah, they'll tell you, not to date, you know, wiggers and all that stuff, but most but they're not telling you that, you know, wiggers do not come, you know, in like baggy pants and like, a cap and in a hooded jacket or whatever. Men, they can be ancient men and they can, have be a six-figure man. They could be a six-figure man. They do not have to be broke to be a dusty. There are dusty non-black men out there. It doesn't matter are they wearing baggy pants or a suit. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, so where was I at? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm still trying to establish myself, but once I'm there, I'll leave the U.S. for good. Girl, do what you have to do. If the investment does not work in the United States, it's going to work somewhere else. Okay, it's going to work somewhere else. Trust me. Trust me. Because there are a lot of men in the United States that are little boys, and I'm not saying every man in the United States, but it's started to be mostly because they're being raised by mothers. Thank you. They're being raised by mothers that do not have any self worth of themselves, and this goes back to because I've seen black women with biracial children, and their biracial children can be bad, just as bad as Keisha's sons. Yes, yes they found them, a non-black man, but are they with them? There could be single mothers. But white man, non-black men can leave them as single mothers, just like Tyrone did. It's just, you know, that's why I'm telling. That's why on my channel I tell black women to vet all men, because you do not want to be left as a single mother. Okay, even though it's like a lot of non-black men, they were raised in a decent household, to respect women, but there are non-black men out there that do not respect women, and you guys gotta look out for that. We only get one life, as far as we know. Don't waste it. Yeah, exactly. We do not want to waste it. Go out and travel. There are plenty of non-black men all over the world that that will love you for you, and skin tone and features wouldn't matter, because he will fall head over heels for you. But you cannot. I just hate it when black women will that say that they're divested and they're swirling, but they still keep black men in their mouth. It doesn't really make sense at all. It really does not make sense. And this is why I can't take them seriously. That's why I unsubscribe from most of their channels, because all they do is talk about black men, black men. And back to the Pygmishas, you know, they're just as desperate to get with a non-black man, just like Pygmisha is desperate to get with a black man. They're, they're up there saying, "Oh, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me," but they're not realizing that they're saying pick me, but isn't isn't the guy you asking to pick you, isn't he, he could be well established and make six figures, but is he a decent man? Does he respect you as a woman? Does does he sweep you off your feet? Because there's an abusive man in every race. In every race there is an abusive man. But it but I'm trying to get my words out, but mostly, yeah, we get abused by black men more, but don't get it twisted. There are abusive men in other races. Okay, I'm not the one. I do not worship men. Period. I do not worship men. And as black women, we need to stop putting men on the pedestal, whether they're black or not. We need to stop putting them on a pedestal, because it does not work in our favor. They all think because he makes six figures, that means he's a savior. Child, no, 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 no. Because a six-figure man can be more abusive than a broke Tyrone. He could be more abusive. And I saw this movie once. Well, my dad was watching it. I didn't see it. I just saw a glimpse of it, and it was yesterday, and it involved this black couple. And I guess I wasn't really paying attention to it. It was at the beginning of the movie, and her husband beat the crap out of her. Her husband beat the crap out of her because she did not do what he asked her to do. And and once he finished beating her, he told her, "When I get home, dinner better be ready. Dinner better be ready." And when I tell you guys, this woman got up, she was bleeding all over her face, like she had a broken nose, and she was just bleeding because he beat her so bad. Hi, Expos. I managed to listen to some divested channels. It's no different from YSBN. Exactly. It really is not. They spilling the same talking points, but they're saying that black men are deadbeat fathers, which is, true because there are black men out there that do not take care of their children, but that doesn't mean there are black men that do. Um, but I don't know if you heard what I said. Ex, expose the manosphere, but I was just telling my audience that there are black women that do not want to interact with black women with their black sons, but their biracial sons act just like black men. They just act like black men, talk like black men, and do the same shit as black men because their mindset has not changed at all. They want to sit up there and they want to sit there and talk about black men all day, talking about they're divested, and they're swirling, but you still got black men in your mouth. I understand the feeling of black culture, but cannot get behind 24/7 black woman bashing. Yeah, that's why I unsubscribe from those channels because it's too much. It is too much. Black men this, black men that. Like, can we talk about something else besides black men? Can we talk about how black women, should date? How, what area should black women go to get a non-black man if they're looking to swirl? I'm not hearing that. For most channels, I do not hear that. And trust me, I do not judge a woman on who she dates or, because who she dates might be something that she likes and it's different from what I like. Okay. But let's keep it real. There are black women that, that have swirled and they still have that black stand mindset. It's still there. Diamond, I noticed I stopped seeing you in certain channels. I noticed you were distant for a while. Yeah, and that was for a reason. That's for a reason. I can't take it no more. It's too much. Their channels evolve around black men too much. It's too much. It's too much for a swirl channel. It's too much. I understand, like I said, I understand, black women, I understand that, that you're tired of, the mentality that goes on and and Blackistan, but if you're truly divestment, you really can't hover over something that you can't stand. I would focus my mind on something else and I would not look back. That's why I do not look back because I can't stand people with that mindset. I want to be around people that are decent. I want to, because I met black women that still have a ghetto mindset, but they say, "Oh, I like white men, and I want to date me a white man," but your mind is still caught in Blackistan, and I just can't take you seriously. I would see them only discuss white men when it comes to swirling, and the subscribers will be worshiping white men. Like, you know, when it comes to my channel, I talk about all races of men, all of them. Doesn't matter if they're white, Hispanic, Indian, um, it doesn't matter, you know, but you still have to vent them. You just can't, because they're worshiping skin tone. That's all they're doing. They're worshiping skin tone, and their minds are clouding their head, thinking that non-black men are going to rescue them. It doesn't work like that, sis. You still have work to do. You still have black men in your head. You're not ready for the swirl. You still talk about black men too much. And it's just like Brila said, it's just like what Brila said. She was just wondering why I do not, I'm not on those channels anymore. It's because they're too centered around black men. And I have to unsubscribe. I can't. I just can't. Yes, I've seen them worship skin tone and use cringy language discussing them. They're no different from the manosphere. They're no different. It's just like, you might as well just get with a black man. Just say that you love black men and move on, because I moved on from that. I just can't, talk about black men, black men, black men. I just can't. Do the divested community know it's no different from that? I don't think Eric, I don't think they're aware of that, because they're so caught up and worshiping non-black men, and and they don't realize that they're doing the same talking points as black men. I'm not against their ideas, of dating out, because I still carry that same ideas, but however, black men are still in your mind. It's just like you haven't moved on from that. You haven't moved on, and you have not gotten over what was traumatizing you. And this is why I have to unsubscribe from their channels, because it's too centered around black men. I can't. Yes, they all need to go to black men and move the heck on. Exactly. I just can't, I just can't talk about black men all the time. I still, don't get me wrong, I still have love for them. I wish them well, but my life is not centered around men. What my channel is to uplift black women and help them divest on their journey. I want black women to focus on what they need to heal from, what is still hurting them, what they need to do to get, you know, to get to where they need to, get Blackistan out of their system completely, because you can't say that you're swirling and that you're divested, but your mind is still in Blackistan. It's not working. It's not going to work for you. Everything is going to backfire, because you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're not focusing, on finding a mate that matches you. It's all about, skin tone. They only divest temporarily, but I would love to see them in the next 5 to 10 years, where they all will be those channels will still have that same clout. hmm Let me tell you, I can't. I just can't stand fake swirlers and fake divestors, because I was on somebody's channel, and and what happens was, she was getting bullied by another channel that was doxing people. And I thought we were all on the same page at first. But I came to realize that even in the divestment swirl community, we could stab each other in the back. And that happened, as many fingers as I can count. Uh, um, I just can't, like, this woman has somebody to dox her and have put her sister out online and make fun of her sister. And it gotten so bad that she had to leave YouTube. And and this woman had to, shut down her channel and make another one. And this is why I'm having trouble trusting people that say that they're divested, but they're undercover. They they are not taking, like, it's just like, I just can't take, the investment, series no more, because nobody is taking it seriously. It's just like a joke. It's like a joke. I can I can only hope YouTube shuts down their channels. Because there's already divestment channels or swirler channels that have already been shut down. Trust me, they're not on YouTube anymore because they've been chased away. And some of them were good um swirlers that really mean it. But the other ones that are fake, they're you can't trust channels like that. Hey, Calvin. Let me go back up. I'm trying to catch y'all comments here so I can read them. They like a lot of SYBN folks. What to say them, but still cannot afford to relocate. Still bitter about grade school, even if they're married to with children. Exactly, they're still bitter. They still bitter that that they're black. Their black men didn't choose them. They didn't like them. They went with Becky. They went to prom with Becky, and so they're sitting up here on YouTube, saying that they're swirling when they're actually black. They're really still focusing on black men. Yes, that's why I dropped their title diamond. I only call on myself free spirit, and I've been dated out since for 13 years. I never need to push to date out. I only care about. I don't care who dates black male. Exactly. I don't get why they care about black women who prefer black men either. Like, they made their choice. They made their choice. They chose to be with black men. That's on them. Okay, I'm not worrying about, like I said, I'm only worrying about myself and myself only. I can only divest. I can't, make, somebody divest. I can, like, I can only, talk to my followers how to divest if they want to date out or look for a husband. And you may never know. People said they're divesting, swirling, but they're gonna probably end up with a black man. Let's just keep it real. They're probably gonna end up with a black man. And and it does happen. Let's keep it real. It does happen. Let's just pretend that it doesn't. It does happen. Black women, you know, let me tell you guys what divestment really means because it got so out of proportion. So divested means it's not to date out. It means that you're changing your mindset. You're changing you. You're changing, who your friends are, who you hang out with. And you're doing something better for yourself. That's what divestment really means. Now, swirling means that you're dating other races of men and not black men. You decide that you want to go out and explore your options because that's something that you already dated black men, but you want to expand your options. And that's fine, but don't take black men with you when you do it because I've seen too many black women that say they go out and they say they're leaving black men alone, but they still take black men on the other side with Brad. And that's the most disastrous date that I ever seen. I can't be with a white man or a non-black man and still talk about black men. That doesn't make sense. Yes, I am not going to try to convert a black woman to divest. If those black women love black men, yes, I don't care. Let them be. Exactly. I can't. I can't worry about who dates who. Like that's not divestment. Worrying about who dates who is not divestment because you're worrying about what somebody else does instead of worrying about yourself. Yes, divestment do not mean date out or male worship. Putting yourself first and leaving the toxic things behind. Brila, I love you. You got it, girl. You got it. You got it. Swirling, you're right. That's where it comes with dating out. Exactly. There's a difference. And I was watching Black Woman's excuse me, Black Woman's Fear's channel, and she made a good point about some of these so-called swirlers and fake divestors that you say that you are divested from black men and that and you're moving on and you're doing something for yourself, but in reality, you still have black men on your mind, and that you still care about black men, which is true because if a black woman is saying that they don't date black men, you wouldn't even be worrying about what a black man does or what he does with his penis. It doesn't make sense. And why are you worried about who the next black woman is dating? Who she dating a black man? I don't care. I don't care who she dates. It doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't matter to me. If she chose a black man at the end of the day, she chose a black man. Because she's into dust. Most women like dusty men. Okay? Let her swim in her dust. Okay? I don't care. I'm not worrying about what the next woman does. I'm only worrying about what Diamond Princess is doing. Diamond Princess is focused on what she needs to do, not what the other woman is doing or dick riding on another man that I don't even care about. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't care because there's too many swirlers that's dick riding on black men and giving them attention. It's just like when you guys probably would know who I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna say his name on his channel because it doesn't do anything for me. But his video went viral after he told this woman that she is average at best. And a lot of black women that claim to be divestment is sharing his video. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, why? This is how he became popular because he's still getting to you, black women. You women are responding to his bullshit. Stop, you like, this is why I'm saying that this is fake divestment because you're still over there in the manosphere worrying about what they're saying. I don't care what Cameron Samuels say. Yes, I did a video on him. And that pick Misha Jessica X, I'm still gonna get her, but that's all I did. I'm not gonna keep doing video after video after video talking about Kevin Samuels, and then it doesn't make any sense to me. I can't because we're promoting the same men that we hate. This is why they still on YouTube because they're getting your views. Stop. I can't with these fake divestors. I can't. Girl, they got rage with everything a black man date and non-black women. They hate non-black women, but they want non-black women's sons. That's always the strange because you have to meet their families. Exactly. This is why, I don't have problem with non-black women. I don't. I don't. I don't have, no vendetta against them. Because at the end of the day, I will date her son and maybe marry him. I do not hold anything against the woman that birthed her son. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna be dating him. At the end of the day, I just can't stand it when women, tell black women, tell other black, downing other black women, saying this is what she gets for dating this man, and and this is, she bite the dust, and I'm just like, oh, like, okay, so it doesn't mean she can get her shit together. She is her own woman. She just and I talk about this all the time. Black women, our mothers do not teach us, and it does go back to our mothers. Our mothers did not teach us how to vet men, what men that we should marry. It's not, we wasn't taught that, and that's why we have black women that make the same mistakes as their mothers. I don't make fun of women that it's just a I don't make fun of women that that got into a bad relationship and she ended up meeting her demise, or just ending a relationship. But there is other news swirling around of of Lori Harvey dating Michael B. Jordan, and that's another one I do not care about. I do not care about who they date. I do not care about who they date or what they're doing in the bed. I can't care less. They're just dating. Lori Harvey did not proclaim for her boyfriend, or they're getting married. They did not say none of that. They just say they are dating. Okay, I really don't care who this woman dates. It's none of my business. I do not care. And we're focusing on black men too, too much in what they do. And also with black women on who they date. I'm not interested in that. That's not my interest, and I do not care. It does not amuse me. I want to see more channels that dedicate channels for black women who are swirling that say that they're dating out and they mean what they say. Don't they just don't keep their minds in Blackistan all the time. Because let me tell you, a true divestment black woman does not keep her mind wrapped around, what other people are doing. She is a woman that wants to move forward in her life, that wants to make changes. Yes, we're going to make mistakes in our divestment movement. You're just learning, okay? However, as a divestment woman, you have to take the time and 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 you know get and change for yourself. Travel, do something that learn who you are as a woman. What do you like? What you don't like? What would you put up with? What won't you put up with? And this is why I told divestment women that stay single until you are ready to date. Don't say that all of a sudden you're divestment and you go back into the dating world messed up. That's just not how you do it. Next topic will have to be investment and not divestment. Exactly. Exactly. I was thinking about doing an investment, for black women that want to invest in getting a house or, saving up money, because we all got goals that we want to achieve, you know, and our goal is to get something that we want to accomplish. I have also created a channel with a bit of finance tips for black women. Stocks are easy to get into nowadays. Yes, yes, put money into stocks because I have a couple of stocks and I'm thinking about getting more because stocks will help build up your wealth. And the more money you put in, the higher your stocks will get. You have to. I need to check on my stocks anyway. It's been a couple of weeks. I need to check up on my stocks anyways to see how it's going. But yes, black women invest in stocks, invest in companies that are doing well. Do not invest in companies that are closing. Forget about that. That's not going to help you in the long run. invest in invest in invest in stock because that will build up your wealth and you will be able to get out of Blackistan when your money builds up. You don't have to, and this is why I'm kind of disappointed, and black people is because they don't invest in stock, and this is why we're still in the same shit that we're in. I've been about creating a channel. It's a bit of finance. Oh, did I read that? Yeah, I read that. I'm reading the same comment. Um, yeah, invest in stock. I have Robinhood, and I have invested in at least 4 stocks. I still want to get like 4 more, and I'm going to put more money in. Mm. Yes, I watch women who discuss finances and business as well on YouTube. More than the divestment drama drill, delusional channels. Girl, sometimes you gotta, that's why I said, like, girl, you gotta step away from those channels and, and look for other things that will help you in the long run because talking about men all day ain't gonna help you. I had to clean house this year. See, value and leave behind. Exactly. Exactly. I had to do the same thing. I have to do the same thing. There There's a narrow amount of space to slip through. The gates are closed. Many people will not get through it. Exactly. And this is the same thing with my channel. I do not allow fuckery on my channel for men and women. I just don't, because it's just draining, and it doesn't do anything for me. And and just watching black women just talk about black men drains me, and I have to go somewhere else and to, like, to relieve, to get my energy back, because I just can't, like, it's too much. I can't do it. I because that's too toxic for me. Talking about black men is too toxic for me. I'm not saying that, you know to talk about, black men, because, there's gonna be once in a while we do have to bring them up on the topic, but you guys talk about them too much. It's too much. It's like, an ongoing thing. I I I just can't do it. Okay, but Diamond, you notice the channels who got more views, popularity gain it from bashing black men. Exactly. I'm not one of those channels. That's why my channel is growing slow. That's why you don't see ads on my channel, because I'm not that type of channel. Yes, my channel is growing, but not at a fast rate. Um, but I would think in the next, I think in a couple of months, I might get to 1,000. It just depends on, who subscribed to my channel. Um, when it comes to dealing with the real work on being divestment, they're not about that life. Exactly, they're not. They're not. I can't. You know, it's time to switch it up. Switch up your content. Switch up your content. Give something that people will actually, credit you for. Give women a sensibility that, they're, and confidence that they can date out and explore their options and date. These women that are coming to your channels, they're brand new. They don't know how to do that. They do not know how to explore their options. And they're coming to your channel, and all you talk about is black men, black men, black men. No, I can't do that. I can't sit there when you're not giving solutions to for black women to figure out how they can divest, where they can meet non-black men. If they're looking for a six-figure man that is non-black, where should they go? What areas should they explore? How should they dress? Because the way you dress means everything to a six-figure man. You cannot go out there and dress like a $1 hoe. There is a certain way that you have to dress. You have to dress decent. And this is what my channel is all about. And if you want to attract a man that is six figures, there are ways you can track them. And it's not like, I understand that, women, you know, women are looking, I'm trying to, like, let me see. Um, we gotta, expand our content a little bit better, because I'm hearing too much of the same thing. How black men are, don't take care of their kids. How black men don't do anything for their community. I stopped that talking point. I got tired of it. Because they ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna make black men do something. It ain't gonna make them do anything. If they start going giving tips on how to live a freely life and away from Blackistan, all these subscribers going to leave and go find another source. Exactly. If I left them, there's gonna be other people That's going to lead them too because they're sick and tired of hearing the same crap over and over and over and over again. It gets tiring. Nobody wants to hear that 24/7. I can't. That's why I put up videos. If you guys look at my previous videos, this is why I put up videos on, you know, non-black couples, how they met, how they married. And I also put up very of my RC Blake video. That became very popular. He tells you, like, what the pastor tells you, he's telling you to avoid these type of men. How to find confidence in yourself, to love in yourself, and to respect yourself, and to find boundaries, and not let a man cross it. That's the kind of videos I'm trying to send out there because I want to let black women know that you have to set boundaries. It doesn't matter what the race of man is. If he try to cross your boundaries, it is over. Do not give him a second chance because he did something that he was not supposed to do, and he violated your trust. So, uh-uh. If they all start giving tips on, oh, I read that. Why am I reading the same comment? I'm so silly today. Oh goodness. But yeah, it's just a matter of time that their channels are going to go down here, just like the Manosphere. Because if you guys haven't noticed, the Manosphere's channels are going down. Their channels are going down, and their ratings are going down because people are getting sick and tired of hearing black women this, black women that, da 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 da, and they're not giving them exactly how to date women, how to please women, how to, make, to find a good woman. They're not doing that. They're just talking about, oh, women this, women that. Women are, are the worst thing on planet Earth. Okay, man, if women are the worst thing on earth, then take your ass to the other side, which is the LGBTQ community, and you don't have to worry about women at all. Just saying. Yep, people are going to start to wake up. They already are. They already are. I just heard this one guy's channel. His channel is going down because they talk about black women and women too much. And they worry about what other women do, and the guys are like, hey man, I did not, I understand your stance on black women, but hey man, I didn't know your channel was like that. I didn't know your channel was like that. And it goes the same thing with swirling and divestment channels. I just went there you know because I want to get that experience on how to date interracially, how to expand my options. I'm not getting that when they're talking about black men this, black men that, black men ain't shit, black men don't take care of their kids. Okay, we can spew that all day long, but they ain't gonna fix nothing. We could talk about that, but that's why I stopped. That's why I stopped because it doesn't matter how much you talk about black men ain't shit, they just ain't shit. you know, I don't deal with those type of men that don't want to take care of their kids. And that's something that, people should avoid. I can't I can't do it. It just became too much for me. I was like, ugh, man, I just can't. I was just like, I was getting drained. It was just draining me, and I have to click out and click the subscribe button to unsubscribe. Man, man, so I ladies, and I just want And I just want you to know that there is truly divested channels out there. Not all divestment channels are bad, but there are divestment channels out there that will help you divest, that will help you find your purpose in life, that will help you become the person that you truly want to be. It's just that these other channels are messing it up for us. They're messing it up for us because, they're on this black men hate rant, and I'm just like, okay, you get that you don't like black men. That's why we're divesting away from them. I just want to know how, we can get to that point where we can be a brand new us. That, we can change our mindset. Give us something that, is meaningful instead of just talking about black men all day. That's why I was like, nope. I was like, nope. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. I can't be around channels that don't dedicate to black women because a channel that dedicates to black women that are truly divested. I actually thought it was black women who actually dated all races, not just white men either. Also, I thought they would discuss careers, school, etc. There are channels out there. Honey Lock Princess, she's a good channel. Check her out. She don't talk about just expanding your options. She encouraged black women to go to school. She also talks about black women should focus on their careers. She discusses all that. Okay, she discusses all that on her channel. She encouraged black women to go into the medical field, which I do approve. Black women going into the medical field. Now, Honey Lot Princess, she's very expiring. She inspired me to, switch to another way. I just don't have to talk about black men because I can't, it's not going to help my channel grow. And I'm not getting paid for it. So, what, I just, I just, yeah, she's one of those channels that, just don't focus on black men, you know. Yeah, I know Honey Lock Princess. Yep, she discussed real facts. She even broke down hypergamous, but her audience was still clueless. Yeah, I know who her audience are, and trust me, I do not know, where these people come from. You know, I'm going into the medical field. Good for you. Good for you. I'm trying to say your name. Hopefully, I say your name right. Amenti, the writer media. I encourage black women to go into field because the medical field always needs somebody because there's always somebody that is retiring, quitting. There's always somebody that is going into the medical field, and I encourage it because we need more doctors, we need more nurses, we need more staff because the medical field right now ain't doing so well because of COVID is they're getting overwhelmed with a lot of patients that are dying. So I encourage you guys to go. This is the perfect time. This is the perfect time to go into the medical field when there's COVID. Perfect time to go into the medical field. Uh, mm, what else you guys have to say? Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and and get off of here. I said what I have to say. I'm not gonna go on a rant. Who you fake swervers and your fake divestors. You know who you are. You know you're very detrimental to black women. You're no good to black women. And you're just going to go down on a black woman's demise because you're not on the right track like you're supposed to be. So, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.